Hello Floss Tube friends, Lisa here at Shady Tree Stitches, coming to you with a special Flossmas extra, which is my plans video for 2025. Normally you see my plans on the start of each month when we go through many cross stitch challenges that you can do on Facebook, and I'm hoping to continue that into 2025. But I will say now, I will be absent for the first one because I am going to be away on a cruise. So I won't be around. I leave on the 30th and I won't be around in time to get the information or have enough internet to be able to film anything. So I'm looking forward to participating in many of those challenges. And so I will let you know some of those things about that now. All right, so 2025, wow. I've changed my style of stitching a lot. And I'm really enjoying the focus. So for those who don't know, I am one of the admins of Whip Warriors, and for 2025 I have taken my generic cross stitch planner that is available on Amazon. If you just look for Paddock Lane Designs cross stitch diary or planner, you'll find the generic one, but I made a special edition specifically for the group Whip Warriors. And Whip Warriors is a group that does close its doors to members just so that we can manage membership, but it is currently still open. But it is a group that is about encouraging you to work on your whips, to work on your stitching, and it is an active group. And you'll see that, it's very active. So in my diary, the first thing that I've got is the yearly calendar. And I will be filling in on this page when I do any starts, on any finishes, so that I can just have a glance at a view of when I started and finished things. That's how I'm going to use it. And on this page is what I want my goals to be for each month. So I'm going to write down what my goals are, and then at the bottom under the month name, I'm going to write what my stitch count was. So again, I like to see things one page at a glance. So all I have done so far is started to list my whips, and I sort of colour coordinated them, but they're the whips. There's 19 on that page, which are my regular whips and my baps. Then there's another 2 pages worth, and then I even ran through to the 4th page there. Now you might say, hold on, so aren't you down to 50 whips? You got down to 50 whips for your 50th birthday. Yes, I am down to 50 whips. I focused on 24 and 24, and I plan to focus on 25. In 25, I've officially moved myself to squee because my model stitching does eat into that. So the first 25 up to this yellow line are the ones I'm going to be focusing on. And they are all listed here on the 25 and 25 page. So there's lots of pieces. So they're what I'm going to go through and show you. But the other ones, I thought, well, I'm just going to list what else I've got that's active. Is there anything I want to, not work on for the year? Anything I want to shuffle? And so all the other ones from there down to number 50, they are the ones that are currently in the cupboard. Nothing wrong with them. I still like them. They're just not the focus pieces. These ones down here are ones that I've got in the wings ready to start. So when I finish something, I can replace them with one of these if I want. And they're not really big pieces. And this whole page is ones yet to start, but they're the smalls. And I'll show you, I collected up a bunch of my smalls and retreat pieces and different things. And I thought if I want to stitch that, I'm going to have the one spot in my list, which is the tissue box effect. So there you go. That's all the smalls. So I can only work on one at a time, finish it, replace it with another one, pull another one out, finish it, replace it. And that gives me space for retreat smalls during the year because I still do have the same number of retreats to attend. So that's lots of pieces I'd like to work on. All right, so let's have a look at what are my 25 whips. What are my whips? What are my goals for them? Number one is still in the realm of, well, before I go to that, sorry. One of my whips from last year I did cull. just to the cupboard, and that is my chatelaine. It's gorgeous. I want to do it, but I never touch it at the moment, and I just went, you know what, I'm going to make room for something else. So you will not be seeing the chatelaine in 2025 as far as I know. So I started with my full coverages again, and I have got 6 full coverages that are going on my Whipco board, going to rotate through, and when they come up, they are going to get 1,000 stitches at a time in that month. I have joined a group in the Full Coverage Fanatics, a group of friends, and we're stitching towards the moon. Lots of fun. We've got to do something like 236,000 stitches on full coverages. So I am making my full coverages a focus to do 1,000 stitches a week on a full coverage. And I credit Natalie, Nat from Nearly Nat to Stitches with this. I have called her plan, which is to basically, you know, you want to eat the elephant one bite at a time. Do the hard thing, get it done. So she's working on a full coverage for 1,000 stitches a week, and to get it out of the way. So I've nicknamed this Nat's Elephant. So Nat's Elephant is that I will be doing 1,000 stitches a week on a full coverage. So for 2 weeks in the month, it'll be the Whipco pieces. So that could be Angel, Lion and Lamb by Donna Gelsinger, Heaven and Earth. A Stitch in Time, Extreme Cross Country, Amy Stewart, Heaven and Earth. Amazing Animal Kingdom Bookshelf, Amy Stewart, Heaven and Earth. Once Upon a Fairy Tale, Amy Stewart, Heaven and Earth. And Train of Dreams by Randall Spangler, Heaven and Earth. And I worked out if I followed my full coverage goals on this one, I could get this done in 2 years. So that's going to come up to play. However, before that, my dimensions, Macintosh Mill, it's going to be my focus full coverage until it's finished. So my goal is to maybe do 2,000 stitches on that in the other 2 weeks of the month. That way I'm giving 4,000 stitches to the team to get to the moon. So I want to try and finish Macintosh Mill. Also, and I did actually put back on the shelf one of my full coverages, which was my Christmas House by Artisy. Just because I figured I had too many happening at the moment. So I narrowed it down to just the 6, which means that basically those 6 will come up 4 times each. Now, what happens, you ask? I can hear you asking through the phone. What happens when this one's finished and it comes up on Whipco? Well, do not fear. Whipco's about big pieces. So I have put my fairy tale down on. It's not officially a full coverage because the sky is not stitched. So it can't go into full coverage, but it is a very big piece with basically full coverage stitching. So that's going to replace Macintosh Mill in the Whipco rotation when I finish Macintosh Mill. So they are the first ones that I'm going to be working on. I also need to finish You're at Haw Run Hollow because I have a start coming. It's going to need me to finish this one. And I've got 3 blocks to do, which are that one, and that one. So I need to get on to finishing that one so that it can go away. All right. Also heading up towards trying to get finished is Bottle That Road, Catch the Wind. It needs to get finished in 2025. So it needs to get pulled out, it needs to get worked on. Also needs to get finished is my oldest whip, Celtic Winter, because she's still got another 2 friends to go after her. So I've done autumn and summer. I need to do spring and Noel. So I need to get winter done. So she's on the finish list. Also on the finish list, I haven't got the photo here, but I'll pop it in Greenhouse of Oddities by Lola Crow. Just needs to get done. So that's on the list to try and get done. All right, and then there will be another finish from my sale, obviously. The other whips that I'm carrying through sorry, is Pointed Fifth by Long Dog. Always got to have a Long Dog on the go. I'm also carrying through my 12 Days of Christmas from Design Wax. Really want to get that one done too. And All Hallows Eve from Joan Elliott. They are carrying through as well. So that's not a lot of whips carrying through. And I have to be putting a lot of photos. I need to go and print the other photos for these other whips, but that could be on my list of things to do after Christmas. Because I do like having my little envelope of photos handy. Put them back on the shelf so I can find them next time I want them. Okay, so they're the ones that are listed to be finished. And then there is a whole bunch of other stuff coming out to play for various reasons. I have a box here in all sorts of assortments. All right, she was going to come out earlier this year. She should have a photo in the box. I don't know what the photo is. Anyway, that's right. We can dig out the actual picture. But South American Angel is my next pretty lady. She was replacing Savannah's Curtsy. I have a whole series of these Barbara Barts. Love, love, love them. Really want to stitch on them. So, again, one at a time. So, she is starting her year looking like that. So, quite a lot of her dress is done. And again, just a little bit of focus stitching. This is on a nice piece of crafty Leanie fabric. Love the bright colours. So, South American Angel is coming up to play. Who else is coming out to play? We have got this one. This one is coming out to play, but maybe not till May. I've been super inspired by Adelaide Stitches and a few other people. Ro has been doing it too from Ro's Crafty Corner, and some other people overseas. For Halloween and Christmas, they did Tiny Modernist calendar, which they did a block a day. So I'm thinking this is going to be my mania focus, the Curie Batacure Shabby Autumn Calendar. And if I could get a block a day done on that in May, that would be awesome. Because I've only done 2 blocks. So if I can get some work done before May on getting all the framework done, which would be really good fast stitching, then that will put me in a good place to do that. Okay, got a bunch of stuff in here. What's in this one? I don't know what you find. Oh yeah, there and there. Okay, so that one's definitely, those two are definitely coming out to play. Another one that's coming out to play is my Big Red Ship of Life. All right, Big Red Ship of Life by Ink Circles. This one I made a few years ago, my colour completion piece. And then I haven't had it out since. And this year, so many prompts in Down Under Divas to do with fixing colour, completing 2,000 stitches in a colour. And if I'd been working on this piece, it would have got lots done. So that's where I'm up to on my restart of it. Have not done much at all. Previously, I'd done the hot bottom. This one is on a, what's it, a tritone one of mine. So yeah, it's going to be my colour completion piece. So 2,000 stitches in whatever colour. Now that I'm planning for that, she probably won't do it, but I hope she does because that's what I want to do. So that one is coming out to play. Now I've lost my diary. It's a big diary. I don't know how I can lose it. found it, just filed in a whip box. Okay, so the next one that I'm pulling out on the regular list is actually my Epic Disney Princesses. Now, I'm doing every single one of these as a separate entity on a separate piece of fabric. So I'm actually using this for the daily 30, which is the yearly prompt is to work on 3 pieces by the same designer. So this is going to become 2 of mine. I'm going to use a different panel for each. And the third one, I'm going to be starting the new Clouds Factory Sal, which is very exciting. The Stitches Book Club, I think. Sal, so I'll talk to you about that in a minute. Oh, I can grab it now, I guess. All I can do is show you the fabric. So I've got it ready. It's being done on a piece of Royal Jester by Paddock Lane Designs in 32 count linen. So it's a typical palette of Clouds Factory Brightness, and so it should look really good on that palette. So I'm all good to go, just need to get them onto floss jobs. So that Sal is one that I'll be starting, counts as one of my whips, sorry about that, and we'll be continuing in. Now my Epic Disney Princesses, I have started the first page of my little book. I'm going to make it into a fabric book, and I have started with the castle. And I think the castle is nearly finished. I've just got to add a few more swirls and things to it. So, you know, just need to pull it out and do it. So that's my Epic Disney Princesses. They are all being done on pieces. I've got 3 different pieces of beautiful fabric, maybe 4, from the Sassy pouch. So they're selecting based on their topic matter, I guess, to which one they go on. So there we go. That is Epic Disney Princesses coming back out to play thanks to the Daily 30 Cross Stitches Journal and Daily 30. All right. What else is coming out to play? The Fabulous Houses. I have not started any of the Fabulous Houses yet, and I am really wanting to do cottage garden conversions for all of them. I have started to collect them, and I have started actually doing the conversions. So there's already a conversion available for Santa's house, and the first one I'm going to have to stitch is the greenhouse. Now I'm stitching these on a piece on beautiful linen in tropical, deep tropical ocean. Really nice dark colour. That's what I'm doing them all on. So I'm going to be doing the greenhouse, which is a lot of white, and then I've got a couple of cottage gardens for the conversion, and I'm looking forward to starting that one. But I have been collecting the series, so as I go through, I have the whole series somewhere, but right this second I have the more recent ones, and I'm going to be stitching these with my friend Sasha, who stitches way faster than me, but I'll be doing them all as a cottage garden thread conversion, and I will be doing them all separately. So that has made it onto the list as well. So having a look at that, pretty sure that then covers, yes, that's, believe it or not, oh no, there's one more. So we've got my bathroom stitch count cell. Now, Paddock Lane Designs does a sale every year, and to my Patreon members, mates and above, this is included. To other people, you can be a free member on my Patreon and jump on and buy it. So it's a stitch count cell where you basically record your stitches every day. And in 2023, we went through the craft room. In 2024, we stitch the bedroom, and in 2025 we are going to stitch the bathroom. Again, I have a plan for about 9 or 10 to make up a whole house, either as a quilt or a book. So this is the fabric. This is actually my winter duo, and this is the fabric that we're going to use for the bathroom. So the winter duo is going to be lovely for the bathroom cell. And I did pick out a couple of threads, but whether I can find them is another matter. Hopefully they found their way into their project bag, but they may not have. I'm using a teaser handmade project bag for the bathroom cell. Oh yep, here they are. So bathrooms to me always commandeer white and blue. So I'm actually doing this one as a Gentle Art sampler thread. So they are the framework. So you've got white for the cupboards and blue for the porcelain actually. So I've done mine in colours. So that's the ones you need. So if you're going to join me on the bathroom stitch count cell, you'll need to get yourself a Morning Glory and Ohio Sty from the Gentle Arts. And that's a change from my previous ones because they were using the same cottage garden threads, but because it's hard to get the cottage garden delivered timely, I'm going to use Gentle Arts for this so everyone can access it easier. So that is my bathroom stitch count cell. And the other one that I have got is Purple Flowers cell from Carolyn Manning, and I have not done anything to set this up yet. So here's a picture of what it looks like. And I'm going to be doing a flower a day on that. So you'll have to watch this space for what that's going to look like. That is my 24 whips to start the year. Now, on top of that, I get a bonus whip because I'm in Whip Warriors. I get to do the Whip Warriors. Sorry. Got myself distracted there by some threads and I can't remember what they're for. I do remember now. Okay, Whip Warriors reward cell for 2025 is going to be a stitchy spot mat. When you go to a retreat, you set up your place and it has all your notions and everything on it. So my stitchy spot mat, I'm actually doing just on a piece of vintage 32 count from Zygarde, not hand dyed for once. There's a story behind that. And this is my palette. So every 100, different colors. Every month there's a different reward color for buttons and threads and things. So that's my palette for the stitching spot cell. So that one doesn't count in my 25 as per the rules of the game, but it's all right because I'm Sweewee anyway, so it's not like I'm breaking the rules. Sweewee, I credit to Jessie Marie, also the brainchild behind the Whip Go board, and Jessie Marie coined the phrase Sweewee a few years ago, stitch what you want when you want. So it's where you don't have to be held to accountability, where you can just do whatever you want. She doesn't really like stitching that way, and neither do I. I like the plan, I like the direction, but that's what the term is. But in Whip Warriors, being Sweewee means that I can just do whatever I want. All right, so models. I remembered what this was for. Coming up at the end of January is the Great Australian Cross Stitch Shindig online event featuring Australian designers and floss tubers and suppliers, and I would like to introduce you to the first sneak peek of my complimentary retreat piece using Gentle Arts and a piece of looks like eucalyptus, and that's the palette and the piece and the size of the piece, so it's going to be able to fit into an 8-inch hoop. I really like this size because that is actually a fat 16th of my fabrics. And it's just the right size for this sort of thing. You can see it's, fits in the hoop. I don't stitch in this sort of hoop, but this is just my model to make sure it fits. So it's going to be a hoop shaped one for people to stitch, and it comes complete with your entry fee, $10 Australian, it's about $7 American. Gets you fun access to all the events online for the weekend 26th, 27th of January, which is Australia Day, and Australia Day public holiday in Australia, which fits in very well with the weekend 25th, 26th over in the North Hemisphere. So if you're interested in finding out more about the cross stitch shindig, then jump on to Paddock Lane Designs Floss Tube, and I will tell you more about it there, and you can buy the tickets from paddocklanedesigns.com website. All right, the last whip. Well, the last whip is a huge pile, a ginormous pile, in fact, of whips that I am going to be potentially working my way through in this slot. I don't know, I've got more than 12 here, but this is one area where I will be sweewing, and I will be sweewing with whatever one I feel like at the time. So, I don't know if I have, yep. We've got the Frosted Pumpkin Snow Globes. I've got the whole set. I have stitched this one. There are more in the set to be done. So they might get to come out to play. Perhaps. We will see. We have got a bunch of smalls that have been given to me over the years. Sunflowers in Summer. Little Cottage Garden. Spirit of Christmas from Lila's Studio. And there's 4 little smalls there. We've got a Mill Hill kit. Santa. An Aussie Santa, basically. We've got Heartstring Sampley, Stitch or Die, pincushion. Then I've got a bunch of freebies, or not freebies necessarily, but Silks for You Biscornoos. You know, I really enjoyed the Biscorno I did for them. So I've got that one, and I'm sure there was another one in here somewhere. Here it is. It's not Biscorno as such, but it's a square mosaic tile. So there's 2 Silks for You ones. I am a member of the Simply Narelle Project Bag of the Month Club, and she does some really cute designs included that she designs herself. So this one of Narelle's is on my list of potential smalls to do. So sweet. Or Mojo Stitches. You know, I do all these things with Jo, and I don't always stitch her pieces. So there's Hairs in the Breeze, My Bird Pin Pillow. I've also got a whole collection of the Frosted Pumpkin Year Of to do. So I don't think I've quite got the whole series yet, but 4, 5, I've got 5 of them to do. I've also got the rest of the series of these Country Cottage little monthly series. Plus there's the new Country Cottage monthly series. You know, choices. Because they're each a pattern, I could get away with doing one a month if they're on different fabrics, which is what I would do. And then I also dug around today and I found this bag, and there's a few more nice things in that. This came from the retreat down in Hobart earlier in the year. And it's another Mojo Stitches Reindeer Biscorno. Got to add that to the smalls list. But then there's also some little Habsburg lace-inspired Christmas decorations. And she's already started, so really I have to finish her first, is Hannah Maxwell. She just got lost. There she is. So I dare say I've got to finish her first in the smalls. So Hannah Maxwell is probably the one I need to do. We also, at that retreat, got some Rabbit Christmas in July. And yeah, so many smalls for me to do in that rotating small spot. What else is there on my list? So I got to update my list. Honey of a Tiny Town, and the Jingle Ball Bauble books. I bought all 3 of the Bauble books so I could work my way through the Christmas ornaments. So they are my They are my smalls. But then waiting in the wings, as I said, there's a whole list of things waiting in the wings. These are just a couple of them that are sitting right here taunting me. In the greenhouse, the new one from Mojo Stitches. My stitching box from Jeanette Douglas and all the smalls that go with it. This one I won at the retreat and I really want to do. Or the piece I bought for a memorial to my puppy dog who died this year, Zoe. A day without stitching is like a day without sunshine. She brought sunshine to our lives, so this one reminded me of her. So there you go. As far as, you know, games and plans and everything, that's where... Oh, there is one more plan, sorry. I don't know why I can't see it here, but I have to put a picture of... I'm starting the year of Haw Run Hollow with the girls, and I'm going to stitch this one on 36 count, and I haven't decided yet. Basically going to depend on the size. I've got this piece of autumn leaves that's a die spot, and I've also got a piece of Royal Princess, which is this nice brown with pink. So similar aesthetic. It's basically just going to be the size. If the size is right, I'll go with the autumn leaves. If not, I'll go the Royal Princess. So that's what I'm going to be starting with the girls. And we're planning to do a block every 2 months, which is how I think I'll be able to fit in my other Haw Run. Okay, so that's why, you can see why I need my big diary to keep track of all that. So then, what will I be doing? Well, I've already mentioned the daily 30. I've already mentioned the whip go. I'm stitching to the moon in full coverage for Natties, but I'm also going to be participating in as much as Whip Warriors offers that I can. So obviously still involved in the road trip by continuing our way around Australia. 2 years traveling around England and America, and now we're heading off to do around the second half of Australia. We've got a scavenger hunt this year. There's 100 things to find at the moment on the scavenger hunt, and so I will be looking forward to finding them. I'm doing the medium level, 300 stitches per item. So you either take a photo of a whip with the item, obviously no stitching required for that, or you have to do 300 stitches on a whip that has the item. So I'm looking forward to seeing how I go with that. There's my whip go board with those 6 pieces. I didn't put anything in the middle square because I didn't need to. All beautifully laid out, just went in order because the numbers come out randomly when Jessie Marie calls them on the 25th. And then we head into January, and this is what's happening in January. I have got categories, which will be starting. We pretty much start the month with Focus and Beat the Modmin. There's a word game. We then have a Whip Frenzy later in the month, and the Strident Cell. So all those things to participate in. I've got my page already laid out to write all my categories on, and then each week I can write down what I stitch on and what my progress was. So that is basically my plans. Mixture of everything. There's new starts, there's new into the rotation, a couple have gone away, a couple of finishes planned, and this new rotation with the smalls. So we'll see what tickles my fancy with the smalls, and it's going to be exciting to see how I'm going to pick. I may get to the point where I decide I just need to do one of those lucky wheels to decide my small each month. But basically when I finish a small, I get to pull another one and work on it. Can I do one a month? I don't know. So lots and lots and lots of things. I'm also participating in the Fandom Stitching Doctor Who Challenge, which is a team event. So that will keep me busy. And of course, I'm still finding my way around Utopia after a few years, enjoying what I'm doing for that. Down Under Divas was really good for my main inspiration for this year. We're stitching around the planets. I'm not sure what they're doing for next year, so we shall see where that takes me. But I will be doing some prompt-based challenges to guide me. I just have to work out when they appear, what they are. Luckily, I'll have enough internet to read Facebook occasionally when I'm away, when I get to the ports, so I can see what's been announced, but hopefully they'll announce before I go. Anyway, I'd like to wish you all a very happy festive season. Hope you can survive the stress of having time with family. Stay safe, get some good stitching time in, and I look forward to seeing what you get up to in 2025. Happy stitching, everyone.